Hey everyone, I'm Nick, and welcome to the channel. Last week we worked on a 1972 Saab Sonett III and removed the engine and transmission. This week we're going to find out what the issue was with the transmission, and while we're in there, we'll upgrade the clutch and the pressure plate. And we'll also go over all the modifications required to make that happen. So let's get to it. The first thing we're going to do is separate the engine and transmission. Yeah, to pull straight back. Yep, yeah, it's free.
See it. The bearing here is it's okay. I bought a new bearing, so I have a new bearing in case.
Yeah.
This one feels okay though, but.
So when it was stuck,
yeah, it
just pushed on here, it jammed in there.
I mean, when it crashed, you know. So
okay.
Let's see what we can do to take that thing out. And this all came out, you know, because of it's mangled underneath her, and this pushed it back, you know. That's what happened here, you know. The clutch didn't work, you know, because it was all pushed back. Okay.
So how does this work? Because it's not a like modern clutches, right?
No, this is the old style, you know.
So the clutch is
the springs are here, you know.
And this
but it's the pressure plate, and it pushes against this, yeah.
And
instead of having diaphragm springs, you have just regular spiral one springs, you know.
And so this will push against the flywheel.
Yeah, this is the pressure plate, which pushes against the clutch disc.
Okay.
And it squeezes the clutch disc against the flywheel.
Okay.
So the only difference is really that instead of a diaphragm spring, a flat spring, you have is you see there's two different kinds, you know, blue and red, because they're harder than the standard ones.
Okay, because of the extra power.
Yes. So, and this kind of clutch is lighter, it weighs less. That's an advantage, you know. You get like a localized force. The other one is much stiffer on when you have a diaphragm, but it weighs like a couple of pounds more.
Okay.
So it's like everything else. Pluses and minuses, and depending on your perspective.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
You're gonna get the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
You can see that maybe it looks like
it's a bit rust.
It touched on it. For a little bit.
Absolutely. You know, it's been sitting there for a while, like 20 years. You know. Oh, this is the weak one. It has only 4 springs. You know, it should be 6 springs.
Okay.
It's different. See how this looks like. It's rusty, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, just sat with in contact with this.
But I'm trying to understand why it came out, you know. Because this doesn't look damaged, but I wonder where the springs are, if that is... Because it's basically locked up, you know.
Yeah, so it was stuck to both sides?
Yes.
This side and
yes.
This one.
I see now that this is the weak one. There should be 6 springs in here, you know. But maybe that's what they had at the time. It's basically stock.
Okay.
What it does is
it helps
on full load, so you don't damage the gearbox. You have these springs. These springs are here to
absorb some of the.
You know, each firing order. You know, like say 8,000 times RPM. No, it's hitting. You know, and these are here, so the springs are dampened out, so you don't hit on the gears.
Okay.
That's why you have these springs. You have 2 kinds of springs. You have a spring here. Normally, it doesn't seem to be a spring here. Normally, you have a spring here. You know, that is so it takes up power softly, and these are here to be gentle to the gearbox. Okay. Because otherwise, basically, you hit the gear 8,000 times a minute, you know?
Yeah.
Like with the sledgehammer. And so the more power you have, the stronger these springs need to be, you know? Otherwise, they just bottom out.
Okay. Okay, so...
But...
so it has the 6 springs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it too close?
Yeah, it's here in the center, you know.
Oh, in the center.
That's what I thought. It's right here.
Okay.
You see here where it's not touching. This thing will hit here somewhere.
Okay.
That is the issue, you know. It's more or less what I expected. So. Yeah.
It fits there, or?
Now the thing is, this is 190 millimeter. This is a 200 millimeter.
Okay.
So that's why we have another one here, you know, or the modern type, because this is 5 millimeter shy, you know, it's stock.
Because it would wear funny. It would.
That probably wouldn't be good, you know. Yeah, exactly.
It looks, it definitely looks more aggressive with the.
Yeah, it just it's a modern one, you know. The springs, see, these are heavier springs.
Yeah.
And and that is for that reason, because you have more power need. Otherwise, they just bottom, you know, and don't do anything. Yeah, it's a very snug fit, you know. So yeah.
So you machine.
That's a tool, you know. You just fill the hole with grease and tap this thing in. The grease will push it bushing out.
Oh, right. Okay.
That is how that works.
So it's like a hydraulic.
Yes.
Built in kind of.
It's the easiest way to get it out.
Okay.
You know? Because it's hard to arrange a puller.
Yeah.
So that's the normal way to get those out. But it appears the bushing is fine, you know. It's 15 minutes. I'm just gonna check the shaft and see.
Because it doesn't seem like. I feel like if the clutch had seized on either side, I would have scored it somehow. Or
no, it does not. No, there is no issue there at all.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's 95. Yeah, so it's 500 clearance.
Okay.
That's good enough, you know. Old style Volkswagen van pressure plate.
Okay, so that's what this is.
This is
so
what
modern for the Saab Sonett.
And I bought this from the old factory mechanic Bengt Erikström.
Okay.
I got it from him.
Okay.
So he has touched this. No, he's an old gentleman. He was always very friendly and helpful with advice.
So that's the right size for this.
Yeah, you have to modify the bolting pattern, but Saab used this kind. They actually, for racing, they used a Porsche clutch, which is the same bolt pattern with aluminum pressure plate with flame sprayed aluminum.
Oh.
But that doesn't last very long, so you had to be very rich.
Okay.
I almost bought one of those, I found. And then they used 200 millimeter clutches. They used on Alfa Romeos also.
So you have to machine this.
No, it's just the bolt pattern here.
Okay, just the bolt pattern.
Oh, just.
You said this. Does this part fit?
Yeah. No, here we need the machine out here just for clearance in the center.
Okay.
Because that is it's a Look clutch disc, LUK.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a German one, and I never seen one before, but that's what's available today.
Yeah.
And it's a good part. It just that's how it is. Why it's like that, I don't know. But and this one you can see here it goes here. You know, it's the right diameter and everything. But the bolt, there are some with the same bolt pattern. 3 of the hole seem to fit. You know, so you will only need to buy machine 3 new holes.
Do you have to have it rebalanced after?
No, if you do it symmetrically like this, I don't think it's an issue. You know? And you do it with precision.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. This one is not. I would say it's just a bolt guide them. You know, if you are particular, you should have it pinned so it cannot move. You know, so you come back to exactly the same place. Here you have some slop. You know.
Oh yeah. I see. It's just held on with the bolts.
and that you see how much slop it is. It's just a bolt is guiding it, which is not very accurate, you know. So, but it's a fairly small diameter. This, you know, and the speeds are not extremely high either, you know. So,
yeah.
Now, I mean, if you're running at 40,000 RPM, it's a big difference. You're running at max 8,000, you know.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
in forces you're talking about. And ideally it should be balanced, but none of these things are normally done with very high standards. Or what high standards is you can always discuss what that is. So it's I think what we will do here is we just need to verify the exact position of this one, so I know it comes back in the same place,
Okay.
And then we take it off, then we make new holes to bolt that one on, and then the machine is out, and that should work. And I had to fix that there on the arm, the bent arm. And
so it looks like something came in here and scratched in and knocked it down.
I'm at a loss to explain that. What?
Whatever it was must have fallen out, because this piece is open
and
underneath the car.
I'm at the loss what happened there. Maybe I'm poking around here, cleaning up, I'll find something, But so this moment, I have no idea. Okay. Doesn't look too bad.
Doesn't look like anything happened here. This is the balance drill. So there's just 3 here and 1 there only.
Clean that up a little bit from the rust, but it's not too bad. Now we can see what this looks like. I got the impression that, you see?
Or is it?
3 of the holes will fit, and which is good. And what I will do here,
because that one lines up, but these 2 aren't quite lined up.
We'll see. We'll see here if that's different or not. It may be. It's a slightly different diameter. It's very close, but it's not quite. I don't know if you can get 2 of them in. No, you can't. You can only get 1 in, and the other 2 is off. Maybe it's a 2 millimeter diameter on the diameter, difference. What you do is the thing is to center this. That's when I started making a tool.
Okay.
So you center this to the flywheel.
Okay,
So it's on the same center line with the
tool.
tool. Mark. And then you can get the drill bushing, to mark, and when you drill accordingly so you really center it.
So that's what you have in the lathe right now?
Yes.
Okay.
It's off by a little bit, That's just how it is.
So this does fit the diameter here.
Yes.
Where it works.
Yes. It fits, and you have a certain amount of clearance here. So that is not the problem, This is 200 millimeters, and I think it's the same thing here. And it's like right on the corner where you can see I can move it here. So, but now it's resting on this, it doesn't go down as far as it should,
So I guess
but it might be, you see, for some reason, to me, this is not how you should follow that
like
all the way out,
I see there's a lip here. You don't think that lip, that lip is not from where? From
No. It just it stopped machining there, for some reason. To me, it should machine it all the way to 200, But
at least you can have that.
It can be done at the same time. And the difference here, the new clutch interferes here, a little bit. And this is 110 millimeters here, and which is, you see, it's
a little bit off,
This is basically 100 millimeters, And this is 110 here, but that's not the whole story. It's you have some clearance there, so that is virtually okay, because you have a clearance there. And so it doesn't really grab there, but it's over here.
it almost clears, you know. You know what?
Is it machinist Play-Doh?
Yeah. It's not to be underestimated. These things, you know.
Yeah.
So I'll just put it over here, right? The areas, you know, of interest. See here, it's touching. There is touching too.
Yeah.
There's not much clearance there, but there is some clearance. But where the rivets are, it's obviously touching, you know.
Okay.
So
Is that because this is too? It looks
No,
like it's because
it-
this isn't machined out.
no, it's because this is standard the way they were made, you know.
Yeah.
But you don't need to have material in here because plastics start over here.
Yeah.
So there's no obvious reason for that, but it is like that, and these are made different by LUK. Look, and for whatever reason they are different, and this is the way they are. I don't know why it's like that. It's some screw up, you know. Sachs made some bad ones too, you know, which was sort of assembled inaccurately, so you had the same kind of problem.
Okay.
So, but this one is made differently. But so the only way to fix that, I see it, is to machine it, you know. It's not much, you know, where it interferes, but you need to go a little bit further up there. So 45, but yeah, if you do 110, the hole will be fine, you know. 110.
Then you have to determine how deep it has to be.
Yeah, and the way I see it is so that's 1.5 millimeters. If we take 2 millimeters, it's 2 millimeters plus 2 millimeters, so 3 it's 1.5, but yeah, 3.5 millimeters deep, you know. That would clear under all circumstances.
Okay. And this side is completely clear.
Yeah, yes. That see here, there's no problem on that
Yeah,
side.
there's
You have plenty of place, you know,
Yeah.
space there. Okay, so there's no problem.
I'll show this. This is to measure the run out.
Run out on the flywheel, yeah.
See the extra machined holes since last time. And
Yeah.
it's machined out.
This is what we used for.
Oh yeah.
So
So there's also, he added in the pins for aligning, and then to torque the flywheel bolts to spec, he made a piece of sheet metal which bolts into the block here and the flywheel, and that allows you to hold it in place when you're torquing to spec. Is there an orientation on this clutch?
yeah, they're all. You see the thinner side goes on this.
Oh yeah.
The springs are more on the other side, you know.
Yeah.
This is, you had to machine the flywheel to
All right, so
make this clear.
This is wider here and this outer edge as well. It was this area and
Yeah,
and
I had
outer
to
edge.
here that I had to
Okay.
machine out for the disc to clear. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And I had to use these screws also. The art screws. The regular ones was really not enough clearance.
Okay.
I had to clear this out here on the outer circumference also because this is 200 millimeters instead of 190.
Okay.
So I had to do that also. Now we can see here.
This is your custom alignment tool.
Here. I have marked these up, you know, so it just goes in one position. And I put in these guide pins also. I made a special mandrel to make that possible. Okay.
Is there a special pattern you have to use to?
Just crosswise, you know, because you're loading the spring when you do this.
Okay.
And you want to keep it So it smoothly goes in straight.
So for a custom job like this, do you use a specific torque or?
No, we just use stock, you know. So actually, the manual doesn't even give a torque.
Okay.
So you use general, you know. So it's.
How many Newton meters do you need?
I need 29 or 28.8 or something like that. Oh yeah, this is better. It's about right. The idea is that it's a little busy as the clutch wears, comes out here, and you get actually slightly higher force.
Okay.
After a while, and as it wears, and then it drops off again.
Okay. I think so.
Yeah, let's see there.
We also removed some coolant pipes when we took the engine out to work on the transmission, so we're putting them back on now. And now we could put the engine back in. Getting the axles back into place took some time. It's really important to make sure that the rollers for the needle bearings all stay in place when reinserting them. Since it's an old design, they're not captive, and we had to stop and reposition them a couple of times before we got them in right. With the axles in place, we were able to reinstall the struts and take the spring compressors off. Then we reinstalled the starter, the engine mounts, the exhaust, the alternator, the clutch hydraulic line, the AC compressor.
Okay.
We tensioned the belts. We worked on some wiring, the radiator, coolant lines, the throttle linkage, and the wheels. Then we filled it up with coolant, found some hose clamps that needed tightening, and finally put it back on the ground. And the last step before starting it back up is to put the air filter back on. Now it's time to start it up, bleed the cooling system, make any tweaks we need, and see if it goes into gear.
Okay. Little bit more for ya. Little bit more. Okay. You can leave it there.
With everything looking good, we put it into gear. is working?
Yeah, the clutch works.
Good.
It's a little bit firmer than I would want, but that's just how it is, I guess. But I need to adjust the linkage, you know. Yeah, because the first gear doesn't quite engage, you know.
Okay. Yeah, there's still air in it.
It is, eh?
There we go. That air bubble is out. Oh, it's sliding on the bolts. Okay.
Yeah.
The last thing to do was to adjust the shifter to make sure the transmission went into gear properly. It's possible that the linkage shifted during reassembly and needed some adjustment so the gears engaged properly. We tested this with the engine off to avoid unnecessary wear on the transmission. So that wraps up our work on this 1972 Saab Sonett III. It was a big job getting the engine out and back in, and I learned a lot about what goes into a resto mod like this one. It was also the first time I ever pulled an engine, but it's not the last time that'll happen on this channel. I hope you enjoyed following the process, and if you did, be sure to leave a like. If you have a Saab Sonett and these videos helped you out in some way, or if you'd like to see this car again on the channel, let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, or you want to watch me work on my usual cheap European cars, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.